So we are going to go over our study guide. If you are starting this video, your study guide should be complete. So don't try them, we're just checking. So I might be going a little faster, but your work should already be done. So I'm adding these fractions below using models, algorithm, or words. So I have to make these 4 come over here. Well, I'm sorry, before I start, let's talk about what this fraction is. This fraction is 1 piece out of 4. This fraction is 2 pieces out of 6. So I moved these lines over here. I'm going to move these over here. Now I have new fractions. So this one I made 6 extra lines, so I need to multiply by 6. This one I made 4 extra lines, so I need to multiply by 4. So this one now has 6 shaded in parts. This one has 24. This one has 8 shaded in parts. This one is 24. When I add the 2 parts together, 6 plus 18, I get 14. 24ths. I'm going to make this note and remember, simplify, simplify, simplify. What number? They are both even. I can put 2 into both of them. So my answer should be 7/12, because 2 could go both of them. So I'm going to subtract by replacing with equivalent fractions using model, algorithm, or words. So I'm going to use an algorithm. 1 2/3 minus 5/6. So I have to find common denominators. How do I do that? Times this one by 6. So I use this number up here. This one times 3. Use this number down here. I get 12/18. This one down here, I get 15/18. I had to subtract. Can I take 15 away from 12? No. To cross off. Remember our pattern? Every time I'm borrowing from a whole. So that means I'm adding on 18/18. What do I get? 12 plus 18 is 30/18. And I'm taking 15 away. 30 minus 15 is 15. And my denominator stays the same. Let's review here. I crossed off and I added on one whole that was split up into 18/18. 30 minus 15 is 15. What can this be simplified? So if today's morning work day was the 15th, what are the factors of 15? 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. Which one of these numbers can also go into 18? 15 cannot go into 18. 5 cannot go into 18. 3 can go into 18. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So my final answer is 5/6. Remember I said I was going to skip over 3, do that one last? Miss Bales, a lot of you in class were asking me about this estimating thing before you read the problem. She put this on the board and told her class to estimate. Becky estimated the answer to be closer to 1/2. She said 2/5 is closer to 0. 4/7 is closer to 1/2. Let me write that down. Becky said 2/5 is closer to 0. 4/7 is closer to 1/2. So the answer would be about 1/2. We did these in class. We drew pictures after these, and most of you felt really good about this. Do I agree? Do you agree with Becky? Why or why not? So to prove it, I'm going to make a model. Let's show fifths. The halfway mark is right here. It's coloring in 2. 1, 2. So is 2/5 closer to 0, 1/2, or a whole? It is much closer to 1/2. So this is not true. What about 4/7? Let's draw a picture of that one. Here's the halfway mark. I have 4 of them that need to be shaded in. This is much closer to 1/2. Check I agree. So I disagree because 2/5 is closer to 1/2. 2/5 is closer to 1/2. All right, so I'm going to use them by modeling and or writing equations. I could also use standard algorithm. Any method is fine. So a recipe calls for 2.5 cups of flour, but Paul only has this much. So he needs this much, but he only has this much. So how much more does he need? So to find this, I'm going to have to subtract. Subtract. I'm trying to find the difference between what he has and what he needs. So I'm going to do 2.5 minus 2 1/6. So what am I going to do? Times 6 times 6. I'm going to get 6/12 times 2 times 2. And I'm going to get 2/12. 6 minus 2 is 4. 2 minus 2 is nothing. Can this be simplified? What number can go into both 4 and 12? If today's morning work day is 4, my factors are 1, 2, and 4. Can any of these three numbers also go into 12? Yes, 4 can. Divide by 4, divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Kendall gave away a third pack of pencils. And he still has this many left over, 9/15. That's what he still has. How much did he start with? So before he did this and did this, how much did he start with? Well, he started with all of these, so I have to add them. A third plus 9/15. So what am I going to do? Times 15 times 15 times 3 times 3. This should be a repetitive task. We keep doing the same. 3 times 15 is 45. 9 times 3 is 27. 15 times 3 is 45. Let's add. 27 plus 15, what do I get? 12, 2, 3, 4, 42. So my total gives me 42 45ths. Is there a number that can go into both 42 and 45? I know 6, I know 7. What about 3? Let's see if 3 can go into both those numbers. So what's 42 divided by 3? 14 times. So if 3 goes in 14 times, how much is 3 going to go into 45? I just did that problem right here, look. I just did that problem. 15 times 3 gave me 45, so let's go backwards. 45 divided by 3 gives me 15.